All right, so what you are doing is basically doing regression analysis on some alignment. So I'll try and give you an example of one. So the steps are pretty simple, but again, it's like you want to use so I've got my where is it? Got this alignment, and I want to view my horizontal points, and you can see they populate all along here and all the way through kind of here. So I undo that. Oh, shoot. You can see there's a bunch of points. So within these points, there's the dedicated center line of the rail. So what I'm going to do is I've got my design alignment highlighted, which is right here. And I'm going to use like pretty much 4 commands. Well, not really 4, but yeah, like 4 commands. I'm going to go to what this is called edit. You know, once you've added your points, this is the add button. You're seeing this, right? Yep. All right. You go to edit, and you basically want to break everything up into tangents and curves. All right. So think tangents and curves. And then I'm going to click this key right here, which is called, you can see the description at the bottom right here.
Yep.
When I pan over, it says performs regression analysis on a single horizontal element. So I click that. And like I said, you want to do tangents, so linear, and curves, circles. So I selected these points, and I think there's a tangent here, right? So I'm going to hit compute. And I can tell by here, so it loads up another window. But you can see the standard deviation is 2.3 feet, maximum offset is 5 feet. Clearly, that is not a tangent because we want to be 0.08. So write down 0.08 is 1 inch, and you want to be max, like you really want to be like max 0.10. So I just did a circle, and you can see that the circle, when I go to report, you can see that the circle is even like almost as worse. Well, it's better, but it's not. It's worse. It's still bad. Like this is way too big of an offset. So let's just do a small tangent of some sort. And again, when I turn on the alignment, I can kind of see that, okay, this seems like one big, like from there to there, that kind of looks like a tangent. So I'm going to compute that. And it's not. But you can see, so now I have these points, and it's 0.3, then it goes 0.006, this, and I can kind of see that this, between those points, is a pretty good regression. So I'm going to go back to my selection, and you can kind of see that you have northern eastings, and it says included in analysis. So I just select the ones I kind of don't, or you can reselect them manually. You know, now they're not, but these ones are. And now when I go back to compute, okay, so this is what we had before. Now we have this, which is getting better. Our standard deviation is 1 inch, but our maximum offset is 1.5 inches. So I want even smaller. And you can see, okay, what points do I need to get rid of to make this smaller? And it looks like, again, the endpoints. So I'm going to get rid of the endpoints in my regression analysis. So now we have 0.04, that's 1/2 inch. And it looks pretty good. It's a tangent length of 80 feet. That's okay. So we're going to hit now save. So it's kind of like 3 boxes you go from. We're going to hit save. And we work this from left to right. So, I mean, you could work it any way which you want, but I kind of like doing it left to right. So we have this tangent in here, right? Now what we're going to do is create a curve. And I don't know if, so these points are in a curve. Let's see if I just selected a lot. I go compute. It looks like, yeah, there's, and you know, from the looks of it, yeah, it looks like there's some type of reverse here. And then there's a gradual curve kind of there. So I'm going to select from there to there. And try and compute that. So 31. So now it's 31 to, 51. Compute that. Now, a little better. So again, I've got, this was the previous one. This is now, I cut off some more. So now it looks like you've got this point, 31 actually is 0.1 feet off. So that's not too good. But the rest of them are all pretty much around below 0.8 or at 0.8, which is about 1 inch. So again, maximum offset is that. So I'm just going to get rid of that 131 point. So basically what you're doing is you're picking and choosing points, and you're seeing if they make a best fit regression element or single horizontal element. That's what you're doing. And you can see it graphically through this. You can see, okay, what the offsets are. Now it's like 0.9 in that. So I'm just going to save that because that's pretty good for now. So when I hit save, let's see. Huh, did this thing work? Crap, where was my tangent between? Yeah, it's fine. Now we're going to go to another tangent. And I'm going to go select some of these Johns and see if this is tangent. I can tell it's not, but I can tell. No, I can't really tell anything, but let's try computing a couple other different points. Compute. A little better. You can see that's a lot better. We're going to take out this last element, which is RY80. Compute it with that. Okay. Oh yeah. So now it's 0.05. That looks pretty good. You know, standard deviation of 0.02 and then maximum offset 0.05. So that's under an inch. The max offset is under an inch. I'm going to hit save. And I hit after selected element, so I'm going to select it after that. And hit, yeah, that's good. So now what I have, so that's like your first step is breaking it into multiple, these elements that have pretty good regressions. If you want, you could put another curve in here, but I'm teaching you the basics because this is actually a revert, like this is a multi, this is a compound curve, what it is. And now I want to basically try and connect all these three. So you can use, we were using these tools. Now you can kind of use what's known as these tools. So there's fixed, floating, and free. I like using free curve. And you're basically trying to, I don't know if like, definitely get these parts in, but like if I were to do this curve, you know, I'm selecting this radius. Shoot. Wait. Yeah, all right. There you go. And I'm going to say, 310. Yeah, let's do 310. So I click the first element, and then I click the second element. And now it populates this test curve. So what I've basically done is I said fit a curve with this degree of curve between these two tangents with this spiral. And unfortunately, it's way off. So I'm going to right click and cancel that and save this for later because this is a curve that's pretty hefty. So right now I'm going to continue to keep doing these, close out of this, continue to use edit horizontal. So I'm going to select some of these and see if there's a tangent I can formulate here. So it kind of is, but kind of isn't. So I think from 94 on. And that looks pretty good. And I'm going to save. So it looks like we have a some existing alignment. So what I'm going to do is go back to this, what's known as a free curve. Select that. And I'm going to combine this element with this element. And now it's continuous. I know it sounds weird, but now it is. And that was just a part of our design alignment. So again, like what I've done now, if I want to connect these two, since they're two tangents, we either have to have a curve in between them, we either have to have them parallel and collinear, or we either have to have them at an angle point. So what I like to do is see, since we regress these and they're on two different bearings, there's likely either going to be a curve or an angle point. And because this is tangent tracked, it's probably an angle point over a curve. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see where they intersect, if they intersect. If I go 7, I go trim to intersection. So technically it intersects up here. Oh wait. Trim to intersection. Let's try it again. There we go. So now I have a point right here. All right, so this is 180 minus like 9 minutes. And you learn that the standard for angle points is for 30-mile-an-hour track, it has to be less than 20 minutes. So this actually works. It's having an angle point right here. Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to do is basically join these things at the hip with a curve and then delete the curve. No, that didn't work. So the curve is right there. And technically that should be an angle point. So I could use this tool right here, but it says it's unavailable because the horizontal alignment is discontinuities. Hit OK. And the discontinuities, wow, discontinuities are right here and here. So I could either do this one of a few ways, but I'm going to edit element. And no, it doesn't work. Dang. So usually you could have just typed in like 0 here. But it gives you invalid radius, which sucks. You want to make like this triangle point, which is a PI. So for now, for kicks, I'm going to attempt to create a really big compound curve here just to show you how it's done. But that's what I want you to do. And I'm going to stop the recording.